with EVs in general right now, I have a Model 3 right now, and I had a Model S before.
Okay.
And I feel like I would never, ever buy another Tesla for kind of two reasons.
Yeah.
One, I think you probably already know. The second one is it seems like the worst value in the history of a car ever to buy.
What's the first reason?
Because I don't think I want to ever support Elon Musk.
Oh, no.
Again. Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's too fucking crazy.
But he's a cool little dude, you know. He just memes on the internet, doesn't he?
He's a he's kind of
at the White House.
Yeah, he memed his way. Literally, what he did.
Yeah, a little bit.
How crazy is that? Yeah.
Oh, okay. The main reason,
Yes.
the third reason,
Yes.
is that they fucking suck on the interior. It's
Okay,
like the worst car. And the fourth reason, I don't think any other car devalues like they do. Who starts lowering the price on a car as they go? People bought a Model 3, and then like a few months later, it's like, hey guys, you just lost 10 grand. That's crazy.
Not only that, but people that bought the full self-driving, they paid, I think it was like 8 or 10 grand, on top of the price of the car. And then it was like a beta test that they would get later on.
Yeah.
And then people never got it. Like they traded their cars in not having this feature on it, which is insane. Like I don't know how that's not like abjectly illegal.
Yeah.
But Teslas they're cool for people that don't know anything about cars or don't care about cars or treat cars like appliances.
Sure.
They're the most car that you're ever going to need. Like you put somebody in a Model 3 and it's fine. It's like it'll do what you need to do. It'll have the range that you need it to do. Like it's the sound system's okay. It's a nice place to be if you're stuck in traffic. It's not terrible.
I feel like hybrids are, if we just get a little bit more range on a plug-in hybrid, it's the superior car. I don't think most people are driving more than 75 miles a day.
Yeah, but I don't think range is never the issue. It's the infrastructure for charging.
Well, if you rent, for the most part, you can't.
Yeah, right, correct. But like with a hybrid, you just gas it up and go. Like,
Yeah, you don't
like a regular
give a
car,
shit.
which,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
was great. But so I just got for my girlfriend a Audi RS e-tron GT, and that car is $160,000 MSRP.
Holy shit.
Nobody bought them.
Yeah,
So-
I do know that. Yeah.
So nobody bought them, but they're really cool cars. But because nobody bought them, you can lease one for like $500 a month, which is what I'm doing.
No way.
It's I think it was like 12 grand for 2 years, everything included. And that's like, tax and everything. And that's maintenance. I mean, I don't know what maintenance you're going to have, like tires and stuff, but like that's everything included on a car that is, MSRP 160 grand. And it's it's a 2024.
Yeah.
So EVs are really kind of taking a dip now.
Yeah.
I don't know what the EV market is going to look like in 2-3 years. I think a lot of these bigger manufacturers are going to be pulling back on their EV cars.
It does seem like there's not the demand.
No. People are realizing that like the infrastructure is just not there. I mean, I know that all the incentives are being phased out.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
So now they're like actually expensive. And then if you look at energy prices, like if you pay for an EV to charge, like fully, I mean, sometimes you're paying like $50-$60. And like, okay.
Really?
Yeah. And like the delta of that between that and like a full tank of gas, but the full tank of gas takes you 2 minutes to do versus 30 minutes to do.
Yeah.
Like it's still, it's hard to do. And you're like, you're in a Costco parking lot versus, going into like a regular gas station.
I also think that Tesla had first mover advantage, but I think every other company probably very shortly, if they don't already, will have better electric cars. Like I'm so not. Every Elon dicksuck out there says the same thing.
Yeah.
The self-driving. Oh, you got to get the.
They don't.
You know how many times I've used the self-driving on my car? Like once, and then I felt like it was going to kill me, and that was it. That was the end.
So getting a little geeky here, the car does not drive itself. It's called first it's called autopilot, and then it was the full self-driving, the FSD, and the car only can drive itself if the company, the idea is you have hands off the wheel and eyes off the road. Like that's car driving itself. It assumes liability.
Sure.
What you're doing with full self-driving is you're basically having to monitor the car in case it messes up.
Monitored cruise control.
Yeah, it's monitored, and humans are really bad at that.
Yeah.
So it's like everything's going good until it isn't, and then you have to be there. Like it just.
I feel like it's almost Yeah, man, I feel like I don't trust it at all.
No, you absolutely should.
I feel like I trust, like Mercedes for a while had its own Distronic Plus, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
it steered and kept the speed.
Yeah, and
I
it
felt,
slowed down to a stop and all that stuff.
and I feel like I trusted that more than I trust Elon shit.
Yeah, but you're not going to be taking your hands off the wheel.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, it was lied. Like, I feel like we were lied to. What I felt when
Really?
I felt like when I was sold this as a product from Elon, I was like, I'm gonna put in an address on the GPS, I'm gonna hit go, and my car's gonna drive there.
Yeah.
And it's nothing like that. It's
then-
just it's glorified cruise control.
And then when you get there, your car's going to go and pick other people up and make money for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the Batmobile.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
do you think we're at a point, like legally, that will just never happen because of liability? Like, what does a car do when it's going 50 miles an hour and the option is to hit a grandmother or hit two kids, and there is no other option besides that?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean-
It feels like we stalled somewhere on the AI for driving. I feel like I haven't heard any big updates or anything on that forever. Can they do that? Can you start at a parking lot and then push an address in and have it self-drive the whole way there? Or?
So there's yes and no. So right now they have FSD works in some locations fairly well, like in LA and like places in California. Like you can tell it like I want to go here and it'll navigate there, and there's video of it doing it like full like 45-minute drive.
the Google one, the Waymo.
Well, no. Waymo's different. Waymo has a different set of sensors, but like with Tesla specifically.
Oh,
so
okay.
with Tesla, they use software that's just based on cameras.
Yeah.
So they have cameras everywhere, like Waymo, and I think there's like other AI
They
stuff.
use the
and
LiDAR.
They use LiDAR. So
Is that better? It has to be, right?
yeah, because you're not like the sun doesn't get in your way. Like it sees stuff that a human eye wouldn't see.
That is true. And
Yeah.
Elon probably cut it just because he was a cuck and he wanted to save money.
Wait, am I what's the difference between LiDAR and just camera? Isn't it all EM
LiDAR
at
is
the
like
end
a
of the day?
fucking shooting the
Yeah,
laser
yeah,
all over the place.
it's
Yeah, but
like
isn't that essentially what a camera kind of is?
Well, a camera is receiving rays, and I think the LiDAR is
Oh,
like,
it's actually
it's bouncing them.
expelling-
yeah.
gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So that's why you
shit.
see the Waymo cars, like they have like Chrysler Pacificas, and that they look like they have like a ton of
Like the
equipment
Google Maps
them.
shit on the top.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But every time I see a Waymo car, it's like, oh, it's like I don't know. But they always have to have somebody there for liability reasons.
yeah, there's always a dude in the car.
Yes.
They aren't actually by themselves.
No, because
Yeah.
if this thing goes, does the thing where it's like I have to go into a grandmother or two kids, like maybe I press the brakes. I don't know.
Will we ever be at a place that's the case then, or will it be instead that sometime in the future there will be dedicated like autopilot routes? Like if we're talking Fifth Element shit, sometime in the future there will be like routes like on rails
So
where the
that's-
car will go, and that will be autopilot. But
Yeah.
aside from that, like,
I wish Elon invented that. You
Yeah.
know, like maybe we can put people into like specific cars, and we could put like multiple people in these cars and then like change them together. Like that'd be crazy. But at some point maybe. No, I mean like all this stuff. The autopilot. I mean it's a bus or a train, but I don't know if that's realistic. I don't know if it's ever going to happen.
well, he tried it with a tunnel shit, right, in Las Vegas.
Well, the Las Vegas tunnels is just it's just a worse subway. It's just if you want a subway, but every single Tesla is just a car that takes you to wherever. I mean, I was just at SEMA, and that's the Teslas and tunnels. Like it takes
Yeah.
you from the West Hall to the North Hall and blah blah. So it's fine, but it's not it. The end result is never what it's billed as.
Yeah.
I also feel like for a guy who's now in charge of the Department of Government Efficiency, I feel like I've heard, was it in high school? I feel like 10 years ago, I heard Elon say some shit about like we're so close to full self-driving cars, or we're so close
Yeah.
to whatever tech. And yeah, I don't know.
How many years has that dude been promising like robo taxis?
So the people still have full deposits on the 2020 Tesla Roadster that he.
That's supposed to be sick
It
if
is.
it existed.
It is.
But he's also
Well, it's supposed to have rockets and do
that's
0
the
to
shit that
60
you
in a
know
second
is
or something.
Listen, a lot of people hate that Thunderfoot guy, but that part doesn't make sense. The whole it's going to have cold boosters to go faster.
Yeah.
Like, were you going to have a fucking 500-gallon propane tank in the back or something to like?
I really like Thunderfoot as well.
Yeah.
I've been watching it.
I like.
But yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. I mean, so the thing about the Elon Musk, like I was automotive journalist, and like while all this stuff was happening, and every time Elon gets on stage, and he's like, this is gonna be some wild shit. This is gonna like you're not gonna believe what he's gonna say, because like all of it is gonna be. It's like watching. It's like a Mr. Beast thumbnail.
Yeah.
Nothing in that thumbnail is gonna be in the video. There's a snake wrapped around his head. It's like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But with Elon, I think it's a little bit like a fortune teller. You count the hits and you forget the misses.
This is like Trump.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's like any populist politician, where it's like, you know, like he says, all right, we're gonna do this and this, like the hyperloop.
Yeah.
The hyperloop is. It's a crazy idea. Like in essence, you're like, hey, wouldn't it be great if we got on a train and it did 500 miles an hour and we can go, you know, across the country, and it would be cheap and it would be fast and blah blah. But then you have to think about the reality of what this is. You're creating a vacuum in a tube that is the length of the country. And what happens if one of those tubes starts leaking? You have a wall of air that you hit at 500 miles an hour, everyone dies. So you're basically recreating the environment of space inside a tube. You know what's easier than that? A plane.
Or just make like a normal train.
A normal train would be
Just like
fine.
do an ordinary ass fucking train are
Yes.
fine, yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
maybe that's actually the problem with air transit, is that it's too slow and too arduous to go and do it. Like if I want to go right now on a flight to Orlando, right? I can drive to Orlando and it'll take me 3.5, 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
But if I want to get a flight to Orlando, it's also going to take me 3 or 4 hours, because I have to go to the airport, I have to go through security, I have to wait like a half hour, be there, you know, all that shit.
That's if you want to do the analogy, it's air travel like you would travel on a car would be a lot more expensive. If you had a private plane, it would take you no time at all. But if you had a car, that's a private car.
Yeah.
You know. But if you were